right, you're welcome back. I've been talking about Nigeria's power sector, incessant grid failure and the challenges bedeviling. And of course, Engineer Adetunji has been clarifying and shedding light on what we are doing wrongly. Right now, we want to ask him, what should we be doing? He has talked passively about that because he talked about that we must be honest in our dealings, from the regulators to the players in the game. There must, be honesty now. Engineer, thank you for staying with us. Are you with me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm with you.
All right, thank you very much. Let's talk solutions right now. I talked about the regulator, NAG, NERC. They need to be more honest and plain. That was the language you used, and so that they can really do their work. Now, if honesty and doing things properly is lacking from the power players, the Gencos, the Discos, and the regulators seems to be lacking. Is there any other person that can rein in? How about the Ministry of Power? What is their take in all of these? You have Mr. Adelabu in charge right now. Is he doing, because many persons have even called for a sack? What's your take on him and the performance of the Power Ministry at this time?
That is in three words, please.
All right, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, did you hear my question?
That's why I said you should repeat, please.
Oh, okay, all right. I'm saying if the regulator, they are not plain enough to really wield their power to allow the players to do the right thing, the players, I mean, when I mean player, I mean the critical stakeholders, the Gencos and the Discos. If the regulator is not doing what he's supposed to be doing, the Discos, the Gencos are not doing what they are supposed to be doing, how about the Ministry of Power? And how will you rate Minister Adelabu's performance since he has been at, at office? Because many persons have even called for his sack. The last time the cabinet was rejigged, many persons thought he would be gone, but he's still there. How has he performed in your own light, the way we have seen his performance and the power ministry as a whole?
Yeah, you want me to accept the minister that was appointed by the president. It's not working for me, but indirectly it's working for me because it's working for Nigerians. And I said something, I said we have to be clean and honest. This performance is no expectation. Minister of Power, his performance is no expectation. That is one. There's no two ways about it. He needs to improve on his performance because we expect a lot. He knows before going into the ministry that is one of the key areas Nigeria will always fight. Difference between two is not enough until excellence and more than excellence. For you find excellence here. So he needs to improve on his performance. About the sacking or not sacking, I don't agree about people agitating for his mover because I've never seen that in the player card Ministry of Power go and display or player card from Asoro to go and display that remove Minister of Power, remove Minister of Power. That was not being necessary for improvement. For improvement. Let us go to regulator first.
Mm.
That's one tools they normally use, which I form when they complain, when a customer complain, you will not refer the complainant back to the offender. To go and the
Engineer,
offender said,
if you can hear me, can you please help us redirect your device so that we can see you clearly?
yes. Can you see me clearly now?
All right, it's better this way. Kindly go ahead with your thoughts. Go ahead,
Yes.
sir.
Yes. Let's go to the regulator. The regulators, that's one challenge they normally use, which are farmers. They will direct the complainer back to the person that they are complaining about. I'm a complainer, I'm a consumer. I complain about one particular disco. You will not tell me that my first assignment is to go and lodge a complaint to that disco first to see whether they will tackle it. I keep on laughing. They did not tackle my problem. That's why I came to you to intervene. You say I should go and present a letter first that shows that I complained to them. I lodge a complaint and what action they have taken. And then they did not do anything. You are telling me to go back to them. Instead of them to take up the challenge and resolve the issue with that person and call the offender or the disco concern to another, because there's another that all of them are operating on, and it is regulated by Jesus. So instead of them to take up the challenge and solve the problem for the consumers, you will keep on sending back the consumer to the disco to go and not complain, and they will not attend to them. Is it a disco that doesn't have a transformer to put in the place, and the consumer gather money to go and buy transformer and put there? They will not take over the transformer and say it belongs to them, and you'll be paying money on the transformer again. And you want them to address the issue. They can't address the issue. It's a neutral person that's supposed to address the issue, which is you. That's the angle I want them to improve on. They should find a lasting solution to that aspect. It's wrong. Many others are there like that. Many others are there. Although they are improving now, they are calling stakeholders for opinion before they take decisions now. It's not like before when they don't do that. President Sherman, I will give you kudos where it makes headways. He's calling stakeholders before he not start taking decisions. But I want them to improve on this aspect. And they should also try to educate the disco that they should meet up the capacity of transmission company. Like transmission company, they're able to evacuate 8,000 megawatts presently. Like, what are we revolving now? 4,000, 5,000, 4,000, 5,000. Generation can be able to deliver this if they buy gas. But disco, they don't have improvement in their own capacity. Next, you look into it. We must improve your capacity in line with transmission capacity. Transmission is the vendor that carries generated load, generated electricity generated to you, disco, for distribution to consumers. So as they are improving, they should also improve simultaneously. Not that you just be relying on people's community money to survive and be relying unattended to. That's another aspect of it is that maybe government should license some foreign companies to come and be manufacturing transformers power equipment in Nigeria, so that you and I can have access to it. Because Britain is going to abroad to go and procure these things, put some people off, bring them to Nigeria, let them start manufacturing those power equipment here that will be conducive for our own weather to be used, not in producing it in conformity with the weather of the Europe.
Okay, engineer.
So if they can use our to assist, if they can use our to assist us, it is better. Because the other thing will bring many investors to the country. Bring investors of power to Nigeria. Bring them down. Let them start manufacturing here. We have land, we have space to manufacture. Let them do it.
Okay, engineer. I would like to come from where you said the Minister of Power is performing below expectation. In a statement credited to him, he said, "I know that there are cartels and there are cabals in this sector who think their business interests will be negatively affected if we have stable electricity. I don't think stabilizing the power sector will render anybody jobless or affect the business interest of anybody. It is a matter of you determining where to be because the business moves, the business world is dynamic." So do you think is that actually him performing below expectation, or because there are some cabals and cartels actually trying to undermine his work?
According to his quote, which you read now, let's visit it from the beginning.
Okay.
If I have identified the cartel disrupting the electricity, it's for you to exploit them. If I have identified you to be a thief, I will arrest you. You are a thief, I'll send you. I will remove you. You don't need to tell Nigerians that's your responsibility. That's part of your functions to do. You don't need to be saying it out again. If you are transparent, if you know what you are doing, you are being like this. I've caught you. Oh. Eh? Another one he said, electricity business disruption, it doesn't think it affects. It affects. Before he became a minister of power, I've been on one particular route, which I normally pay 200 naira a unit. It's a case study. I normally pay 200 naira per unit. Because special constitution is not given to that area. They now place it to band A. Now I'll be paying 1,200. It's just an example. I'll now be paying 1,200. And I don't have the power to pay that. And I don't have money to relocate my company from there because that's the only company I have. Okay, let's say that's where you build your own house. And you now let me to 1,200 per unit. How do you want me to cope? So you shouldn't have uttered such statement out. You should know how to pacify those people that are affected, that they will not have grudge against the policy of the government. Right. You will split fire or pepper their face.
Yeah, I understand. But let's talk about the consumer. You know, many persons say some consumers are part of the problem. If these schools are saying, most of them are saying they are in debt and they don't have enough money, are some Nigerians that are sabotaging not even the big infrastructures now, but, you know, like not vending properly, like, you know, bypassing some of these things and using the power and not really paying. Do you think that, how do we address that problem, the people problem? That's number one. And number two, very importantly, many persons are saying investment is power is huge, very huge, and it takes years. It has to do with consistency and being persistent, you know, the kind of investment that we need. Now, if this is done, the people problem that we have, people that will not vend, the people that will use direct, the way they call it around here, use the power directly and they won't pay and they do all kind of things. If government perhaps does this investment, huge as it will come, are we ready to pay as a people? Do you think if Nigerians have constant electricity, they will pay?
Thank you once again. I started working with NEPA as a commercial officer. It was from there I realized that majority of consumers are not ready to pay, and that's the attitude. They're not ready to pay. Even the rich people, they don't like to pay, and they like to use by force. They don't like to pay. They will love the commercial officer. If you don't take this 10 naira from me or eat my food, the guy in the office, I will order you to come and do it for you. Because they are people, they don't like to pay. Even people that retire as NEPA, who are there in NEPA, that retire, they now become staff, they build their house, they are using the system. They also join in doing bypass. So it has been our plot. It has been our plot since they don't like to pay. And if you don't pay, you and I, if you don't pay, business cannot grow. Business cannot grow. We should, I don't know how Nigerian orientation will change in terms of electricity management. All of us are conflict, don't want to change from the old system because we believe it's our right. There is a community in the South who specialize in saying it is the responsibility of government to keep them alive, free, because they are using their land to generate electricity to the grid for national use. So they don't need to pay. So I don't want to, if you are saying that others have national resources in their premises in the area, they also do the same thing. How do you want the nation to grow?
Engineer, some have talked about the fact that, okay, why we have some scrupulous elements who will not pay, who will rather, you know, do all kind of criminal things. And some will say, how about the discos themselves? That the issue of metering for more than 10 years is still a problem. Okay, there are many rollers that have been done. Many persons have paid. They don't still have it. So if you are talking about the people, some people, because some Nigerians are honest, and many of them are really doing what they should do. Some are not. You know that. How about the discos themselves? We've had different policy about metering. Oh, let's have it locally. Oh, let's import it. These are some of the issues themselves. And there are some that are getting estimated billing that are way beyond what they are using. How do we solve that problem? The metering problem, the metering gap that we have in Nigeria.
The mistake was made from the beginning when the office said,
Okay.
you have identified the challenges electricity industry are facing before they go to market to access. One of the challenges is that majority of the houses in Nigeria are not metered. They should have mandated the investor to procure meters as part of the requirements for the purchase. Go and procure meters. You must procure meters for all your consumers. Whether they are ready to collect now, because let us see that it's like when you are going to instead they say go and bring collateral, collect the loan. So you must procure meters. You must be able to have meters available. But they fail. Because they fail now. How do you correct it? The way you can correct it is by telling the consumers who are ready to pay, because if I cannot go and buy now, so I see you cannot go to the market to can buy a meter that is worth 240,000 for a job that cannot generate more than 10,000, maximum 100,000 in a year, and you so that should be. And the government, I don't expect government to now invest in the private sector again, in a private company, because they have become a private entity. They have become a private entity because you cannot expect taxpayers' money to be diverted to them. It's wrong. Now, how do they come out? They can't come out because they cannot afford to go and give you. They are big men outside, but they cannot be big men to Nigerians. They cannot bring out their money to satisfy common Nigerians. Okay, let me invest in meter and give these people. They are waiting when they will be able to pay me. It's part of my social responsibility services I'm doing for the nation. But they won't do that. Why would they not do that? Because they personify their things that with me and my family alone. That is why we are not growing. Those people that are rich, they are not. They don't want to be open to others to come into their life. So you say they put them down. So, Peter challenge cannot be resolved until we change our orientation, our business, until we change it. Because you cannot tell an investor to go and buy a meter. That's what they normally tell us. They cannot go and buy a meter of 300,000 and give a shop that cannot generate 100,000 a year. And like you say, they must put meter. How will I recover my money? Because he will continue to lose life. He doesn't have money to pay and wants to put meter. How long will I? You can't push the flow to procure the meter. Will they wait for them 10 years without adding interest on the money?
Okay, engineer, still on the meter issue. I'd like to find out some complaints actually that I've heard, I've also experienced when some persons switch from postpaid to prepaid and they get the meter in their apartment. And after a while, you just see a bill pop up on your meter. Maybe you could see like 100 and something thousand of something you just bought, and the power electricity sector came down to your house and helped you to install it. All of a sudden, you just see a bill that pops up 200 and something thousand, 100 and something thousand. What is actually the cause of this problem, and how can it be solved?
If we change from the old meter to the prepaid meter,
Yes, please.
I don't see any how being informed was there, because you are now pay as you use. It is what you insert into your meter that will generate the illusion. What really happened is that all bill of the old meter, maybe you have not gotten the old bill, you have not carried with them before you procure the meter. That's what they went to pay. But on your new meter, you can see the bill popping up. And the old meter which they remove is the best thing for us not to do is to first clear the people in that house. The fire, write a letter first, demanding is there any bill existing on this house? Existing in this house to let you know that I afford to grab the prepaid meter and clear that one. If they give you a response in reply, you keep it. Whenever they not bring that bill, you say, see, the officer clearly, I'm not owing this house is not owing. Because most tenants that go into a house to go and rent a house, they will know that there is an existing bill, not challenge to that house before they are entering. So if they see a new entrance, a new person paying promptly, they would like to go and revisit that bill. Say, okay, come and pay. That's what I think will likely happen.
All right. You know, it's a lot today. It's something that is disheartening to learn that one's nation of this magnitude, with expertise, people that whenever they, leave the shores of Nigeria to other country, they keep excelling. We have all of them here, all of us, and we are still suffering these things, oscillating between these, few thousands of watts, and these are some of the, or megawatts rather, these are some of the issues as well. And, before we allow you go, I will ask, like, how much do you think we need to fix the power sector? Because the minister spoke about it recently and said we need quite a lot of money to do that. Is there a figure in your mind that you think we need?
No, I don't have any particular figure. Because I told you, market, business in Nigeria are three sectors: input, transmission, and distribution. And the three sector, I don't know, until they do the audit, survey, analysis before you can arrive at. And minister, he has done it. That's why I say, Lord, if he has done it, you should be able to come up with the amount so that lecturers know whether it is free or not.
Yeah, before my colleague runs it off, recently, like a year ago, thereabout, it's official that electricity generation has been removed from the exclusive list to the concurrent list, and you expect states, to lash into that particular provision of laws. But you are not really having these states come. Maybe some project in Lagos State, some in, I think, Abia, a couple of states. Do you expect that it will be dragged in this way? Because you think every state should just latch in and they should be generating their power so that their people will be off the national grid and everybody will be happy. But it seems everybody is just studying and watching. It's more than a year now. What do you think is the reason for this?
Electricity business is not bread and akara that you buy in the market. Take long process. If I want to build a transmission station or generation station in your community now, it may take about 5-10 years to perfect it to come to board. So let's be hopeful it will come. Every state will participate and enjoy the opportunity open at the domain now. Because many of them that you are seeing, many of those states now, they are into it. They have not come out because the team have not come out. That's why you are not able to see it. Many of them have started it. Sooner or later, maybe in 4-3 years, you will see them. Okay, you see this Taraba now generating, Osun now generating, this one now generating. They have started, they have been started. Let's be hopeful.
You said it could take up to 5 or 10 years. Why? Because it's Nigeria or what? These things are done in other countries of the world. Does it take that long? Is it because of money or technology or expertise?
Money. It's money. The easiest power station to build is the gas plant. That one you can mount it anywhere, but it's money, and you have to do studies.
All right.
It's money. That's the main factor, because if you can't expect the government to bring half of the allocation to go and build on to go and provide electricity for the country, they say, it's because you want to go, you want to take their money and leave the rest for them. That's why you do this.
Okay, engineer. Talking about the incessant grid collapse that has been happening in the country in the last few months, would like to know, Nigerians actually would like to know, particularly if we're looking at this festive season, are we hoping or are we going to be guaranteed that somehow we're going to have to enjoy this festive season with enough power? We're not going to experience another grid collapse, considering the problem we've listed out, the shortage, the vandalism, the deaths, and all the rest. What is your take on this? Like, what do Nigerians, what are we expecting this Christmas season?
My expectation is that Nigeria will enjoy electricity throughout this yellow season, but you can't be so wise and intelligent that the people monitoring your downfall, monitoring how to create havoc because you don't know them. You don't know them. You may have planned good for the nation, and somebody who is walking behind the door, you say, "Oh, don't worry, I know when to strike. I will go and destroy this electricity." Maybe your promise. So let's just keep our hands crossed and be expecting that goods will come out. And the people working in the electricity industry, they also like to give electricity to consumers to use because if they don't give, they won't have money to pay salaries. They are prepared, well prepared to deliver this yearly period, to deliver good electricity to the nation. Let's hope that the evildoer will not go and perpetrate havoc, will not go and perpetrate evil at our back. To say, okay, you will not enjoy it. God will not allow them.
All right.
Okay.
Yes.
Also, talking about this vandalism, I'd like to bring it back again. You said something about the security agencies. You said something about getting security agencies that could be monitoring these places that could help keep these criminals away from this system to stop this grid collapse. What exactly can we do, the security agencies? How do we go about getting them to really participate or really be involved in this process? Because it seems like that's one of the major problems we have in this grid collapse.
There are two things I said. I said one, although Transmission Company of Nigeria have been doing some things to prevent vandalism, they engage communities, villagers, local vigilantes in those hot zones, those spots that are prone to attack. They engage them to keep on paying them to help them to be monitoring who are the people cutting away or driving towards that area. They are achieving some successes in that area. But a lot needs to be done, like introduction of an app to monitor those critical areas which even military cannot go into except they reinforce they reinforce their military equipment to be able to enter. I will give you an example. Like Maiduguri incident where Boko Haram bombed some towers. It takes the grace of God for God, it takes the grace of God for the military to partner with TCN to visit there. Even when they visit there, they give them time. If you exceed this time, it's dangerous. You see, that kind of scenario, I can do it for you because you will have seen those people within the area getting closer to the vicinity of those towers before they enter into it. So what we also expect government to do, because they can't position a military man at each of the towers. We have about 100,000 of towers all over the Nigeria, and we have about thick bushes surrounding them. So government cannot position military personnel, excuse me, military personnel in those places unless you want government now to say, okay, be building barracks at every 50 kilometers as if you are mounting pole. It's not done. It's because it's more expensive to do that one, and you don't have enough manpower to be put in those barracks. But they can invest in an app to be able to solve that problem for TCS.
Okay, engineer, you said government cannot put military people at different positions. Now, for the Nigerians, what can we do if we actually see these people, these criminals trying to vandalize the power, the electricity? Is there any way we can communicate, aside the police that we know, definitely, is there any particular line designated for these reports?
Except we call 112. Yes,
Okay.
112, which is general. 112, we call that. I don't know how prompt they will respond to you. So you call 112. There's no designated lines apart from that one. That's it cut across all emergency that you may have. And make sure the places where they will perpetrate the act, there's no network. That's another challenge. Then with the TCS, some of the offices are fine. There won't be network to communicate in some areas. Network failure. So there was one particular day I asked myself, I said, when we go abroad, everywhere there will be network. And they link this network through the airspace. And we belong to the airspace. Why are we having challenges in Nigeria, which is not Nigerian landscape? It's not up to half of America. When you are in America, you will see network available. Why is it difficult to have network available? Availability of network will enhance this security challenge. We enhance us to prevent all this vandalism. Let there be network all over Nigeria. You will see there will changes because anybody citing brothers, we quickly raise alarm. So we can call nearby friend. See some people they want to vandalize here, call police, all this. But if there's no network, where they cited them, what will happen? They will carry the havoc and go. As I said, they should invest in an app. We monitor people going close to or near to or touch
All right.
these towers.
All right. Thank you. We have been speaking with Engineer Adetunji Adesanya, power consultant and a retired PCN manager. Thank you for your time and your take and for your patriotic take, on the issues of this nation called Nigeria.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yes, enjoy the rest of your day as well. And that will be it today.
Yeah.
Speaking about the issues with the power sector and way forward. And he has, profiled so many situations. But
Yeah.
first, he said, we must be plain, we must be
Yeah.
sincere,
We must be
both the
honest
big players
and
and the
small players.
regulators as well. And we keep it that way. We talk on it. The president has presented the budget for 2025. We call it appropriation bill, and we try and unravel and unpack it. That will be tomorrow, among many other things. Femi Ojo's money. We make a return tomorrow. God bless Nigeria. Uzoms.
Yeah, and I remain Uzoms. Okechukwu. See you tomorrow.